right, today we're going to be talking about how you can still have your dairy and soy-free anti-inflammatory cake and eat it too. So when I first started this journey, I researched all the foods on an everyday basis that I can eat, and once I mastered that, I decided I wanted to try to tackle treats. I love treats, and I was sick of buying these pre-made ones that I didn't exactly know what was in them. They just said they were dairy and soy-free. It was convenient. It was easy at the time. I didn't put much thought into it. So once I was comfortable with eating every day, I wanted to kind of explore the baking aspect of it and finding substitutes with better ingredients. So the first thing I did was just to find substitutes in general. Butter substitutes, heavy whipping cream substitutes, flour substitutes, all of those that would still make my food taste the same. I'm not an aftertaste kind of person. I don't like Swerve. I don't like coconut because it leaves this weird aftertaste in my mouth, and I'm not a fan of that. So once I found those substitutes, that was great. And then I started to hone in more on their ingredients, or to see if I could just make them from home. So ingredients are really important to me. What is in something is huge. If you're gonna be on this anti-inflammatory journey, then you should probably look at what is inside of your food, which is gums, fillers, stuff like that. So I find that a lot of dairy and soy-free, like coffee creamers, for example, have a lot of gums in them. And I try to find the products that don't. So I found one by Calafia that's really good. Actually, the one I have in my fridge right now has 2 gums in it, but it's at the very end. So I'm okay with eating those because it's at the end of my ingredient list. So first off, understanding how the ingredient list works is really important. What's the majority of the ingredients, and as it goes down, it's less and less and less. So if it's the last 2 ingredients, I figured can't be too bad, can't have too many things in it that are bad for me, too many inflammatory gums, this is fine. I also look for lower salt. Sodium tends to dehydrate you, and it also is inflammatory because it takes water from your body. Your body needs water to flush everything out, to push those good bacteria in, and to just overall, water protects your body. When you swell and all that water goes to somewhere that you're hurt, it's going there because that's protecting your body. So if you have a high salt intake, your body's not gonna be able to protect itself thoroughly, it's not gonna be able to function, all of your organs. Water is like a lube for your entire body. So I pay attention to the salt, and I also pay attention to the ingredients that I know are on there and what oils are in there. So like I said in my last video, there's different kinds of soy that they don't have to list. If it's canola oil, they can just say it's canola oil. They don't have to say what it's derived from, and that's important to me. I like to look for in quotations, healthier oil, avocado, sunflower, almond oils, stuff like that, stuff that has antioxidants in it and anti-inflammatory ingredients to help you transfer into this lifestyle. Another thing I like to focus on, which is the most important thing, is the taste of these foods. I hate aftertaste. I don't like coconut, milk, oil, cream, any of that, because it leaves an aftertaste. I don't like Swerve because it leaves an aftertaste. I don't like a lot of things that people are saying, or people that are listed as dairy and soy free, because they taste weird or they leave a waxy coating. It's not my favorite. So that would be my next step of advice to you, is find things that have a texture and a taste that you will enjoy. So the first is to find things. I guess this would be my third then. Just find something that you can substitute, and then dabble more in the ingredients and what is in these things that you were substituting out. Is it anti-inflammatory, or is it dairy, soy, gluten, whatever free, but it still has other inflammatory ingredients in it, like gums and lecithins and other processed fillers? And then I would focus on the taste and the texture of things. So one of the hardest things that I have found are cheese, butter, and whipping cream. So cheese a lot of it's made with coconut. Like I said, I don't like coconut, but a lot of it is made with coconut oil, which makes no sense to me because coconut oil is sweet and cheese is savory. It has a sweet, oily taste, consistency. It waxes my mouth, and I don't want to eat something and right away feel like I have to brush my teeth. Especially if I'm at work, I can't just be leaving all day and brushing my teeth. I have to work. Butter, same thing. A lot of it's made with coconut oil, which is not a bad thing depending on what you're having. But if I want butter salty, it's savory, I would like that. And whipping cream, normally the number one substitute for whipping cream would be coconut cream. And again, I don't like coconut. It doesn't add, it's sweet, yes, and it does give a lot of flavor, but a lot of times I don't want my cookies to taste like coconut. I want my cookies to taste like cookies. Or whatever I'm making, like my whipped cream, I want it to taste like whipped cream and not like cookies. Or not like cookies, not like coconut. So that's important to me. Those are the three things that I would say are huge. And once you find those things, just kind of stick with them until you can find more things. And always have backups. So once you find them, my fourth piece of advice is to find a backup just in case. So my favorite kind of butter is by Kite Hill, but I can only find that at some Meijer's by my house and some Whole Foods. Whole Food is nowhere near me. I have to drive. I think the closest one is like 40 minutes away. So it's quite a drive to go and find one. So my second favorite is Flora. I actually found Flora before I found Kite Hill, and I really loved Flora. The only thing I didn't really like is that when I made peanut butter oatmeal bars, they left like this weird kind of coating on top and a little bit in my mouth, but it wasn't bad. It was something I could live with. So I got it and I moved on, but then I found Kite Hill. So Kite Hill's my first, that is my second. Flours, I found that a lot of gluten-free, anti-inflammatory, more nutrient-dense flours were pretty expensive. So I make my own oat flour, but if there's a day that I don't want to, then I can go to the store. And I also know that cassava flour, I think is how you pronounce it, is gluten-free, dairy-free, soy-free, offers a lot of nutritional value, and it doesn't have a taste. Doesn't taste like anything, which is awesome. I find that arrowroot has not only a weird texture, like you can feel it when you bite into it. It kind of tastes almost like flaxseed, but yeah, flaxseed. It kind of tastes and has the same consistency as flaxseed, which I just don't want that. If I want flaxseed, I'm going to use flaxseed. With cheese, Violife and Kite Hill are my favorite, but a good backup is Follow Your Heart. Or even in a pinch, I use nutritional yeast. So always try to make this kind of a lifestyle and this diet as flexible as possible, because that is what gives you sustainability, is being able to pick and choose what you want. They don't have this at the store. Well, they do have this and I know this is good. They don't have this, but I can have that. And just, kind of work with it. Like I said in my second video, I don't follow it as strictly. So there's a lot of times if they don't have the kind of milk that I like, or the kind of butter that I like, or the kind of cheese that I like, I know I have regular cheese that my husband and my kids eat at home. I'll just have that. Same thing with milk. I'll just use regular milk. It's a rough day for my husband, but oh well. So yeah, there's a lot that you can do to still eat the foods that you like. You don't have to give it up. It's not necessarily easier at first, but once you get into the swing of it, it gets easier. Also, you have to find baking, especially with baking, you have to find things that are compatible together. So unsalted butter, see my makeup on my hand. Unsalted butter is huge because salted and not salted butter can completely make or break your recipe. Eggs are pretty free game. Whole fat versus non-fat milk. If you need a creamier oat milk because it's full fat milk, it calls for full fat milk, you need to follow that part. You need to find things that are compatible that will make your recipes turn out the same. There's a lot of recipes, I shouldn't say a lot, but there are some recipes that I make that I just have this at home. So let's go back and use butter, for example. The butter I use is salted. I have a really hard time finding an unsalted butter, but if it's salted, and I use it, sometimes my cookies turn out, actually, I'll show you. I made cookies earlier today. So unsalted butter will make your cookies super fluffy. Salted butter tends to do this. It makes them very flat and very dense. Same thing with room temperature, not room temperature. You have to make sure that the things you are subbing out are compatible with the original recipe, which I'll make more videos. I plan on doing at least one baking video a week on Thursdays. So that I can kind of help show you how I've personally changed my baking recipes. So yeah, those are my advice to you. Number one, just find things that work. Pre-made, not pre-made, just find the things that work, and then dabble in the ingredient list of them, and then go from there to making sure that it is the consistency, the texture, and the taste that you like. And then from there, make sure that it's compatible. It's a lot of trial and error. There's no way that I can just sit here and tell you this, this, and this, and this will work. But it's just something that you'll have to figure out, just like I had to. And everybody has a different palate, and that is it. It's a very personal journey. That's what I tried to explain in my last video. This journey is very personal. So I wish you the best of luck. Please leave a comment down below if you have any questions or if you have a video that you want to see, and I will see you next time. Bye.